Hello everyone, welcome back to the new video. In this video, we will write the metadata file of our blocks in the JSON format. So before writing that JSON file, first we need to understand about the JSON. JSON, it stands for JavaScript Object Notation. It is a lightweight data exchange format and it's quite easy to read and write the JSON format. Due to its simplicity, it is widely used for data exchange between web servers and clients, APIs and databases. Before JSON became popular, XML, Extensible Markup Language, was the dominant format for data exchange. Since XML was a little verbose and complex to write, we got JSON. Now we will understand about the syntax and structure of JSON. For an object to write, we use curly braces, and the JSON data is represented using the key value pairs, where the key must be of type string and the value can be a string, number, boolean, null, array, or another JSON object. So these are the types in which we can define our value. It's quite simple, isn't it? Now let's go to our GitHub repository and create a JSON file for our blocks metadata. So here we have our repository and we will create that JSON file here. So just press this plus button and create new file. And let's name our file blocks.json. For the content of this file, we will use a list of blocks object. So to keep a list, we use these square brackets. So in these square brackets, we will keep objects of blocks. To keeping an object, we use these curly braces. And the first value we will be having the ID, and we need to put this ID in the double quotes and use the colon to separate the key from the value, and the ID will be a number 1. And to keep the next value, we need to use the comma, and then let's define the data for next value. First, we need the key with the name title, and this title key will hold the title of that blog. And for the title, I have one title in mind. So this will be the title of our first blog. And next, the data we will keep is the thumbnail URL. Again, we need to use double quotes, and here we will write the thumbnail URL. If you have multiple words in your key, you can use any naming convention between camel case or snake case. But mostly you will find the snake case, so that's why we will use it here. But you need to make sure that whatever naming convention you are using, you should use that naming convention uniformly for every objects. And we need to keep the URL. For now, just use empty value, and next we will keep the content URL. Again, these empty value. And this will be all the data for a single blog. Now let's define the data for second blog. Use the comma. We can simply copy this data and use it here and put a comma and again. So the ID will be 2, and make sure you define your IDs distinct from one another. And the title will be Understanding JSON, a comprehensive guide. And third blog we will be having on the room library. So let's name the For now, I will keep only these 3 blocks data, but in the last video, I will show you how you can just add the new data and our app can fetch this data without any more coding. So it will be more like the server driven development. So here how we will get the URL of these two things for thumbnail and this content. So to get the URL, let's open our repository in a new tab. First, let's get the blog's content URL. So go to this blogs folder and first let's get the URL of this. So if I copy the URL directly from this URL tab, then on my app, I will get the data with this GitHub page data. So what I need just the raw content of this blog1 file. So for that, we have a raw button on the right side. Click on this. So when we will get to this URL, then we will get only this raw data of our blog and we need this thing. So let's copy this URL and use it for our first blog. And let's get the URL for next blog. Press this back button and go to our blog 2 content and again click on this raw file and copy the URL and use it in our second blog data. And you can also see the URL is quite same, just we are updating the file name. In the same way, let's get the data for third URL. Now next we need to get the data of these images. Go to our images folder and first we need the data of this markdown image. So here you won't find any raw button, but it's quite simple. Go to your URL and type $raw equals to true and we will get only the image from this URL. Copy it and use it here. And in the same way, I have an image with the name JSON. Copy it and use in our JSON. Again, this time let's use our room. Okay, so I think named it differently. It's room.jpg. So here we have all the data of our blogs. So if you want to save your file, just click on this commit changes and again this button. And this file we will use to get the data. So let's open the edit mode by clicking on this edit button. Hey everyone, if you are finding this tutorial helpful, you will love my premium Udemy course where we will build Measuremate, a fitness app using Jetpack Compose. We go in depth on the Firebase authentication, Firestore and more. Check out the course in the description and take your skills to the next level. See you there. Now let's talk about some of the common mistakes people do when writing the JSON. Sometimes we use single quotation marks instead of double quotation like this. Or we can also miss some comma like if I delete this comma, or we can also add some extra comma like the trailing comma. So here for each blocks we are saving only the 4 data. In the last data suppose I put an extra comma. This is also quite common. Or sometimes we can also forget to write the key without any quotation like this. So these are the common mistakes we can do while writing the JSON. So we can prevent this thing by checking our syntax. So you can find many websites like if I type on the Google JSON formatter and I will get many websites. So let me go to one website with the name JSON lint. This one. So here what you can do, you can just copy all your content of the JSON file and paste here. And if you press this validate JSON button and it will show you the error in your syntax. Here it is suggesting that we have some error in this first line. So we can put comma and it will again click on this validate JSON button and now it is suggesting the error in the third line, and it will also show you this error message. So we need to remove the trailing comma and again click on this validate JSON, and next we got the error like here, and we need to use double quotation for our ID. Next here, this time we need again put our key in the quotations. Now it is showing the green valid JSON. So let's copy this data and use it in our file and commit the changes. And if you want to see the raw data of this JSON file, again you can click on this raw button, and here you have the raw data. So right now it is looking good, but we can also beautify this thing by using some extension. So here on this website you will also get one extension. Let's click on this Chrome icon and install this, and here we have the new extension. Go to our raw file and refresh this page, and you will get a button here with the formatted JSON. So if I click on this button, it will turn off that plugin, and this is how our raw content is looking. And you can hover your mouse on the image URL and you will get an image preview. So in this way you can also make sure that you are providing the right URL for your image. And you can also check the content URL by opening this URL in a new tab here. So let's go back to our GitHub repository. So this is all for this video. We have successfully learned about the JSON and how we can write the JSON file. In the next video, we will use this blocks data show to our blog list screen. As always, if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to drop them down in the comment section. If you found these videos helpful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.